Hi everybody, that's Allie.
And that is Dash,
Welcome to our playdate.
where we choose a game, sometimes make up our own rules, and play for a while.
Enjoy listening and playing along.
Or don't. We can't hear you. It's a podcast.
Okay, wow, that lens is dirty. Is the lens? No, I think it's just glare.
No, it's the little ghosties joining us. That's what it is. You know how, like, when you take a picture of ghosts, it's like the light
little
flares?
orbs, yeah.
It's
that.
brilliant orbs. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
The little ghosties are here with us in the car on this road trip.
Yeah. Hey, little ghosties.
Hey, little ghosties. We're doing a road trip episode.
Yay. We're on our way to Fort Lauderdale, or as I affectionately call it, Fort Lottie.
Okay.
I don't think anybody else calls it that. I think it's just me.
No one does. That's just you.
That's just me.
And we've got some true crime trivia. This is by Kirk Kiekerland Games. So the Americana trivia episode we did for a road trip a little while back. It's the same company.
Same company?
Yeah, just like a little tin box.
Yeah.
Cards.
Nice.
Multiple choice.
That's kind of cool.
So this may not be a good one to listen to with children. I don't know. I haven't seen these cards, but it's true crime. It's probably not nice things that happen to people.
Yeah, probably not. If it's true crime,
yeah,
definitely not.
So this is true crime trivia, and consider this your warning. I don't know what we're going to talk about because I don't know the cards, but maybe not a good one to listen to with kids in the car.
With the Utes.
Do what you want. You know your own business.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do you want to do like we'll read it, and then if we know the answer, we say it, and then if we need the ABCD.
Oh, okay.
We'll go from there.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Let's do that.
All right. So, what type of doctor did John Meehan, also known as Dirty John, claim to be?
Oh, Dirty John.
He was
They made a movie about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it a movie or a miniseries?
It was a miniseries.
It was a miniseries.
Well, it was a podcast series first.
Yeah, right.
Then,
it was a podcast series first.
And then it was Eric Bana played him, I think.
Eric Bana did play him. And then
Eric Bana.
In the second season, I forget who, but it was Kevin Bacon. It was a different crime story. It was still called Dirty John, but it was something else.
Yeah.
I believe.
Was he a plastic surgeon?
Claimed he was a dentist.
I don't think.
You don't think dentist?
No.
What is the ABC then?
Okay, neurologist, plastic surgeon,
Anesthetician?
No, anesthesiologist.
Anesthesiologist.
Sorry, that one took me a second. I don't think I've ever read that word out loud.
Yeah.
And psychiatrist. I think he was a plastic surgeon.
Yeah, plastic surgeon sounds right now. Yeah.
Because it's also right for you to, like, make someone feel bad about themselves, and then you swoop right in and scam them.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I could give you bigger boobs if you want.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with them, hint, but I could,
Sort of like,
I think he was a plastic surgeon.
Sort of like negging a little bit. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
What was it?
He was an anesthesiologist.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, all right.
At least that's what he claimed he was. I don't think he didn't have a job finally, right? Like it was
correct.
Right.
Correct. That was the whole deal. He wasn't any doctor at all. Okay. Oh, which crime did Al Capone commit that led to a lengthy prison sentence?
Tax fraud.
Tax
avoidance.
tax evasion.
Tax evasion.
Yeah, he got arrested for tax evasion, right?
Yep.
Murder, arson, extortion, tax evasion. It was tax evasion.
I believe that was the concept behind the movie Untouchables. The Untouchables, where they were after him. They caught a bunch of his cronies, never caught him. And then finally they were like, I was looking over these ledgers and they're all messed up.
Wow, it seems someone has evaded their taxes.
Yep, correct.
Listen, Al Capone murdered a ton of people, but don't steal from the American government, apparently. That's where we draw the line.
Yeah, right, correct.
No, I just think it's easier to prove, actually.
Well, yeah, because there's evidence.
So, right.
Yeah.
As opposed to talking about this, that, or the other.
Right.
Yeah. So he went to prison for tax evasion and died of syphilis.
That's a horrible way to go.
Yep, not a great one.
No.
Not what I would choose.
No.
If I had a choice. Who assassinated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Memphis in 1968?
I forgot the name. But it was the FBI.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lee Harvey Oswald, John Wayne Gacy, James Earl Ray, Michael Westmore.
James. It wasn't James Earl Ray. James Earl Ray was somebody else. Michael Westmore?
No, it was James Earl
It was
Ray.
James Earl Ray?
Lee Harvey Oswald was Kennedy.
Okay.
John Wayne Gacy was a serial killer.
Right.
James Earl Ray assassinated him, and Michael Westmore, I don't know who that is.
Who was the one who shot Lennon?
Oh my gosh. His name, hold on, there's a song. I have to sing the whole song, and then I'll get it.
Wow. Jared Leto, I think, played him in a movie. Gained a bunch of weight for it, too.
There's a Cranberry song where she says his name. I'm glad I don't know his name, actually.
Yeah,
It's
same.
actually better.
It's better that we don't know his name.
Like, if I hear it, I'll recognize it, but...
Right.
Sorry, we're adjusting the video. Our normal setup is...
Yeah,
Hi!
our normal setup broke right before we went to do this.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find a way to make
still
this
do
work.
Video.
Yeah. So
if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's fine.
You can listen to us.
Yeah.
We're fine.
You know what our faces look like.
Yeah.
If you don't, our other episodes are on video.
Do you have like a rubber band or a
I have like a hair tie. I do.
Yeah, because we can tie. You can tie it like you can tie it like around here, like around the straw and here.
We're gonna MacGyver
this. Which I appreciate that they did a revival series of MacGyver that I appreciate because we could still use the verb MacGyver. You know what I mean?
Where am I putting
Like
this?
you're going around the straw,
Mm-hmm.
and then that down past the lens, or just there. Yeah, that's good. That'll work. Yeah, look at us making stuff work.
MacGyver. We did it.
Yeah, we did it.
Wow,
look at that.
I'm proud of us.
And we can even adjust it a little bit. Yeah.
So upset it took this long to figure that out. Hair ties. They're not just for your hair anymore.
I'm saying sometimes I just keep a hair tie on me just to, just in case.
A Liga is a useful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of cards flopping around. Boom, Liga.
Boom, Liga. That's what we call a hair tie in Spanish.
Yeah, I've actually said it to people who speak Spanish and they don't know what it is, but I call it a Liga. I think it's it's much more useful than hair tie.
Okay. What if I just switch lanes right now?
Yeah.
With these motorcyclists.
Also, they did not pay $10 to get on this express.
Oh,
line,
no.
For sure.
They 100% jump through the poles.
Yeah. It's fine. Okay. Oh.
Where were we?
What was the alleged alias of a robber?
We never answered. Oh, we never found out who Westbrook was. Well, yeah.
I was right. It was James Earl Ray.
While we were still talking about the John, there's in the category of great lines in terrible movies, in the movie Independence Day.
What are you talking about? Terrible movie.
I mean, it's
an excellent film.
Yes, it's one of those. It's a dumb watch, but yes, it's a classic movie that you kind of have to watch. But it's not Citizen Kane, right? Like,
I mean, it's much more entertaining than Citizen
It is
Kane.
much more
I've seen like
entertaining,
10 minutes of that movie, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it's a sled. Anyway, there's a line in there where I forgot what his real name is, but the guy who plays Krieger on Taxi. He's talking to his son's ex-wife, and she says, sometimes love isn't enough. And he says, all you need is love. John Lennon said that. Nice guy, shot in the back. Very sad. And like that one line, it's just so great. And I don't know why, but I always remember that line. All you need is love. You know who said that? John Lennon. Nice man, shot in the back. Very sad.
Very
This is
sad.
such a great line.
Okay. What was the alleged alias of a robber who took $200,000 in ransom money and jumped out of a commercial plane in 1971?
D.B. Cooper.
D.B. Cooper. Gosh, that's a mystery.
D.B. Cooper.
I don't know if I want it solved or if I just like knowing.
No, I feel like it's one of those that was solved, but it's much funner to not know.
No, it's never been solved.
Okay.
It's never been solved. I know all of these. Which infamous Los Angeles hotel is the site of numerous crimes, including the death of Canadian student Elisa Lam?
I do not know this one. Is this the one where...
There's a whole series on Netflix.
Oh, wow. About this hotel?
About the hotel, yeah.
Wow. Is this the one where
I
like
saw it when
they see her like running past the elevator and
yeah. So
That's
this
the one?
and she was found in the water tank, and there's
Yes.
footage of her in the elevator, like
like
looking
something's
kind of
following
freaked
her? Yeah.
out. And one theory is like she was trying to time travel or something by pushing a certain number of things on the elevator. Like there's a certain elevator thing that
Okay.
you're supposed to do or whatever. Anyway, it's a Hotel Cecil.
Oh, okay. I've heard this story. I didn't know
Richard
what the name.
Ramirez also stayed there.
Wow, the
at some
Night Stalker?
point. Yep. The non-original Night
The
Stalker.
non-original Night Stalker, yeah.
The lame Night Stalker. Secondary Night Stalker. Yeah, the loser Night Stalker. The first one is also a loser. What common household item can be used to detect hidden fingerprints at a crime scene?
Ooh. Baby powder.
Isn't it tape?
Oh, tape and baby powder, yeah. Because you have to brush it with some sort of powder first so that it sticks to the fingerprint.
Oh, this says sugar, honey, baking soda, or super glue.
Yeah, any powder.
So you say
So baking powder.
I think. So you say baking soda.
Yeah, baking soda, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that feels right.
Yeah.
Right? You just like
You just a little bit of that and then
no, it says super glue.
super glue?
Yeah,
What? To lift fingerprints?
yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna
Someone explain that to us.
Yeah, little ghosties, go ahead and leave in our comments if you know something about super glue and lifting fingerprints off of things.
I just found out one of my cousins is a crime scene tech. Don't call. Email us and tell us about the super glue thing.
Yeah.
In my mind, I knew it was super glue. I just didn't understand how. So I was like, oh, maybe it's not super glue.
I just don't see how putting super glue. Well, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I know you can sometimes do it with like tape, like
Yeah.
Scotch tape. Like
Right.
you can pick up if it's a dirty fingerprint.
Sure,
you can pick
yeah.
it up.
Right. But see, like the ones that I've seen, and I've done it myself. I did it in class one time. Is you take baby powder, you put a little bit on the fingerprint, you kind of blow away the excess, nice and slow, and then you take some tape, run it over the fingerprint, and then you lift it up. But hey, whatever.
Oh, this is one I don't know. The Knoedler and Company Gallery, Knoedler, sold a forgery of which artist's work for $8.3 million.
Oh wow.
We can do A, B, C, or D.
All right,
My first instinct is Picasso. I feel like it would be.
Okay.
I feel like a Picasso forgery would like.
I feel like Picasso's were relevant enough in our childhood.
And there's
still.
no year
Right.
here either. Okay. Options are Jackson Pollock, Willem de Kooning, Mark Rothko, Piet Mondrian.
I'm going to say Pollock.
Okay, I want to say Rothko.
All right.
I'm going to say Rothko.
I'm going to say Pollock.
I was right. Rothko.
Rothko?
Yeah. Because now that I hear Mark Rothko in the context of fraud, I was like, wait a minute. I feel like I heard or read something about a fraudulent Rothko.
I honestly could not tell you what a Rothko painting looks like.
Rothko does, I think he does the color blocks. That's either Rothko or Mondrian.
Okay. Gotcha.
One of them does like color blocks, sort of, with like it's like a square painting and it's white with like black kind of, and they're not all the same size, but it's like black squares. And then there's like a red square and a blue square and a yellow one.
Yes.
That's either Piet Mondrian or Rothko.
Okay.
And then one of the other one, I don't know which one is which.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up. The other one did, I think he did This Pipe Is Not a Pipe. I think Mondrian is This Pipe Is Not a Pipe.
Okay.
You know that painting?
No, I do.
It's a painting of a pipe. And in French it says This Pipe Is Not a Pipe.
Great.
Because it's not a pipe.
It's not. It's a painting.
And he
of a
also
pipe.
did it's a painting of a pipe. And he also did a toilet seat that I saw when I was at the Tate Modern in London. He did like a toilet.
It said it's not a toilet.
No, it was a sculpture, but it was like a
Okay.
toilet. Anyway,
Got it.
I'll look it up after. One of them is, I think I'm right. Somebody who knows about art, feel free to correct me lovingly.
Yeah.
Which organization kidnapped Patty Hearst in 1974?
Patty Hearst?
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't know?
No, I don't.
It's the Symbionese Liberation Army.
Yes. Okay, I did
And they
hear
just
about
made
that.
up that name
Yeah.
because it sounded like something
Real?
real,
Yeah.
but it's not real. There's no place called Symbia.
No.
There are no people called the Symbionese. So it's the Symbionese the Symbionese
Liberation Party?
Army.
Army.
Yeah.
Who were they? Were just a bunch of dudes?
It was just a bunch of people, and they were like, they saw themselves as like revolutionaries.
Uh-huh.
And there was a lot of like, I don't know what to call it. Like some of them like wanted to be black, and so they would like put on these like black voices, and she was like blindfolded for some of the time, so she didn't necessarily know who was speaking to her, like which people were speaking to her or anything about what they looked like.
Okay.
Maybe she could tell male or female. But I listened to a whole last podcast on the left has a whole like 4-part series, I think,
Yeah.
on the Patty Hearst story, and they really go into like detail of it, and it was wild. It was wild. I mean, it all boils down to like, ultimately it's just like people trying to be something that they're not, and then you just
Right.
end up being a giant loser.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
like just be who you are and be fine with that. Anyway. Oh. In what year did the infamous serial killer Ted Bundy commit his first known murder? I just know it was the 70s sometime.
Yeah.
I don't know what year. Okay, so our options are 71, 74, 78, 81.
I want to say 74. Like, my
I wanna
first
say
instinct was to say 74.
Yeah, 74 feels right. 74 is right.
Yeah, 74.
Yeah.
I hate that we know that.
I hate that I know that as well. Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Florida did one thing right, and
Yeah.
it was
and
putting Ted Bundy in prison.
Yeah.
Good job, Florida. Currently unsolved, the disappearance of British... Oh, there's actually an update. Okay. Currently
Ooh.
unsolved, the disappearance of British child Madeleine McCann made international headlines. In what country did the crime take place?
Ooh, was this the little girl who disappeared from the resort?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so sad. I know it was a tropical place.
I think it was Portugal.
Portugal?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Options: Portugal, Spain, Germany, Mexico. It was either Portugal or Spain, but I think it was
Okay.
Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Portugal. There's actually an update on this.
Oh, it wasn't a tropical place. I was thinking Portuguese.
Yeah.
So I was thinking Brazil.
There's
but
actually
no,
an
Portugal.
update on that.
Okay, what is the update?
They arrested a German guy. This is a few years ago now. They arrested a German guy for the crime.
Ooh.
And then most recently, I think he was appealing. And again, these are all justice systems that I don't know the details of, because it's like,
It's in Portugal.
right, it happened in Portugal, but he's German.
Yeah.
So it's like not, and they're also British. So like, who knows what justice system is even doing anything. And it's,
Oh, right, fair.
and the American justice system is really the only one I know even a little bit about.
Yeah.
But they arrested a German guy, and then most recently I think he was like either appealing or he was trying to get out of, I don't think he's been to trial yet, but he was like trying to get out because he obviously said he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But there is an update to the Madeleine McCann case if anybody wants to give it a go.
Fascinating.
Yeah, there's an update.
Still so sad. Just sad overall.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, yeah, missing people has got to be awful.
Yeah.
Because you don't
You don't know, right?
You
It's
don't
the
know.
not knowing that's the worst
Right,
part. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I have to feel like at least half of the time you wake up and you're like, maybe they're still out there. Maybe
Right.
they just don't want to come home. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. And then the other half of the time you're like, no, they're not coming home. They're not, like, I don't know how you deal with that uncertainty mentally. I think that would be really hard. Another Al Capone question.
Ooh,
Okay.
Florida. No, sorry, continue.
In which city did Al Capone and his gang carry out the infamous St. Valentine's Day Massacre? February 14th, 1929.
Chicago.
It was Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Chicago.
That sounds right.
The options are Boston, New York, Chicago, Philadelphia.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al Capone has like, I feel like every city just like made up an Al Capone story. Truly. I went
Just
home.
trying to get in on it.
Right. They're like, Al Capone came here and I don't know.
Oh, it's the Al Capone suite. You're staying in the Al Capone suite.
Al Capone came here one time and bought a banana because he needed some potassium. Like, I just feel like every city, major city anyway, like has
Lincoln
some,
slept here kind of deal.
right?
Yeah.
Like has some Al Capone connection.
Right.
Because he really got around. I mean,
guess.
he was in Chicago, but then he was also in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like he would go there and take in the hot springs. You know, even gangsters need some them time.
Right.
It's important to do self-care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even when you're killing and murdering.
Yeah, right. Money laundering.
Gangstering and laundering
yeah.
and when you're running an organized crime.
Right. Please don't come after us. We have no idea. We're totally joking.
You still have to have me time.
Right. Of course. You have to take care of yourself.
You have to take care of yourself because it's from yourself.
Self-care is so
that
important.
you take care of others.
Right.
Whether that means you whack them.
Well, what are you doing it all for,
Right.
really, if you're not taking care of yourself?
Right.
Right?
Maybe you're whacking other people or maybe
just left and right.
You're taking care of them. I don't know.
Sure.
Anyway, but I feel like a ton of cities have like Al Capone.
Yeah.
Slept here. Al Capone ate a banana. Al Capone sat at this diner seat.
Right, yeah. This was his favorite spot for lunch. Yeah.
Right. He ate here one time, and this is the Al Capone special.
Right.
It's just like a hot dog or something.
It's got to be pasta.
Really?
I guess. I don't know.
Was he Italian? Al Capone, I guess. Yeah. That was very stereotypical, Dash. Wow.
What?
That was mean. Okay. How long did it take the FBI to identify the body of Elizabeth Short in the infamous Black Dahlia case?
Ooh.
How long did it take? I don't know.
Oh, that's
56 minutes, 56 hours, or 56 days. Or until this day, she remains unidentified.
I mean, they just said her name.
They just said the name.
The name is there. 56 days. Because wasn't she,
I think it's 56 hours.
You think it's 56 hours?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with 56 hours.
You think
I trust
so?
you. I trust you more than me.
Ooh, 56 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that was fast.
Huh.
And what year was it? That was like the 20s, I think. 20s or 30s. 56 minutes?
It's still unsolved, right? I mean, they think they know, but there's no evidence.
Unsolved, but there's people who have like made whole podcasts of like, I think it was my grandpa. I think it was this person. I think it was that person.
It was Jack the Ripper.
Right. Again, there's lots of theories, but there's no.
Yeah. Wasn't there an infamous murder house nearby?
That was Chicago.
That was Chicago? Okay.
The murder hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
That's H.H. Holmes that you're thinking of.
Yes.
And people thought that he was Jack the Ripper. Like, Jack the Ripper came to the U.S. and became like H.H. Holmes or something.
Got it.
Which is fun to think. I mean, it's not fun to think about. It's awful to think about. But, like, you know, it's fun to think about. But I don't think that's what happened. Okay. The iconic nonfiction crime book, In Cold Blood, one of my favorites, truly my favorite, one of my favorite books on this earth is In Cold Blood. Written in 1966 by Truman Capote, took place in what Midwestern state?
All right, so what are your favorite books? So you got to know.
I'll know when it's Missouri, yeah. Missouri, Nebraska, Ohio, or Kansas. I think it's Missouri.
Okay. So Missouri.
Any thoughts?
Well, Missouri loves company, so.
Oh shoot, it was Kansas.
Wow. Oh, that guy's doing a thing. All right.
Okay.
Yep, that's.
Shoot, it was Kansas. Yeah, that's a really good book. I've only read it the one time though. I need to reread it.
What is it about?
Well, it's a nonfiction story that these two guys kill an entire family in Kansas.
Oh my God.
I think one kid wasn't in the house, but everyone else that was in the house died. And nobody could really figure out like why they did it. Like some money was taken, but there was a ton of money that was like left there that they didn't take. So nobody could really figure out like why would this happen? Like so it just doesn't make any sense.
It seems like more of a cover up. Like they took money to make it look like a theft, but
well, so then they find the two guys that did it.
Ah.
And the whole book is basically them, like the crime and the trial and gathering the evidence and all of that stuff. But Truman Capote ends up like involving himself in it. Like he's there to write about it as like a journalist, but he ends up getting sort of emotionally involved with one of the guys. Like you can tell that he really develops like a
compassion?
strong affinity for one of the guys. And there's really no answers in the whole book. Like you really just don't know, like, I think it was the Sutter family. You really just don't know, like, why this guy even did it. But Truman Capote, like, treats him with such empathy and respect that it also sort of blurs these lines of he's not being objective, right? There's certain passages where you're just like, no, he's, like, in love with this guy.
Like he's an unreliable narrator?
Right. And so you're like, you know, I'm here trying to find answers, like, how does this thing make any sense at all? And the truth of it is some things just don't make sense at all.
Right.
And Capote really makes himself, like an unreliable narrator, and you kind of start to question his objectivity at a certain point too. But also it's just human beings doing awful things to other human beings, and sometimes there just isn't an explanation for that. It's fascinating. It's such a fascinating book. It's really good. It's really like one of the first true crime like books out there too.
Right.
Anyway, which Hollywood actor was... Oh, I know the answer. Which Hollywood actor was on the boat with American actress Natalie Wood on the night of her death in 1981?
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, no. She's gone overboard.
Oh, no.
What do we do?
Yeah.
I'm going to dance. That was a terrible impersonation.
It was... Christopher Walken.
I've told you my theory about Christopher Walken, that after a certain year, he would like cameo in films or be a part of films. And it was just, what ridiculous things could we make Christopher Walken say? And it was like, because I remember there's a movie called Pool Hall Junkies.
Okay.
And in Pool Hall Junkies, he like talks, he's like an old pool player or whatever. He was an old pool shark. And he goes up to a guy, he goes, "You ever seen a lion in the zoo? You ever look at his eyes? It's not the same as a lion in the wild." It's just, okay, this whole, like, you're just in this movie to deliver this speech. But I'll give it to him. Everything he's in, he goes hard 100%.
I saw Deer Hunter, which is him when he's really young. And it's long in the way that like old movies are hella long. But he's great in it. Yeah. I mean, that movie is really, it's not good in that it's going to make you feel good at the end.
Yeah, it's not a fun watch.
It's not a fun, lighthearted watch. But he's great in it. It's a good, heavy-hearted watch, I guess. Yeah,
kind of like a Full Metal Jacket, where it's like, it's really well done, but oh man.
But I just need to lay down for a while after watching it and just think about my choices.
Yeah.
All right. Which national park has a 50-mile stretch known as a legal murder zone? Have you heard of this?
Yes, I have.
Have you heard of this? I've heard of this. I've thought about it.
Yes,
so
it's like unincorporated or something.
I think
so
it's
like there's no way.
Oh, so Yosemite, Great Smoky Mountains, Yellowstone, or Rocky Mountain? It's either
Yosemite or Yellowstone. Yeah.
How about Yosemite? I feel like it's maybe Yosemite or Yellowstone.
It might be Yosemite.
It's either one of those two.
Where's Yellowstone? Colorado? No.
Where's Yellowstone?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like because there's a 50-mile stretch where there's no district or something. Like there's no.
No, it's Yellowstone, and I think it's Yellowstone because Yellowstone covers a few states, or at least two states. Like there's one entrance in one state and one in another, and I think that's part of it. Is like, so the national park has like its own deal, and then each state has their own deal,
right?
And so it's something about this particular area of this park isn't really under anybody's jurisdiction.
Sure. So it's not that it's legal murder, it's that there's no way to enforce the law because of
it's a lawless zone, basically. it's such a nightmare to think about.
It really is.
And honestly, it seems like a solvable problem. It doesn't it? Like, I feel like that's a problem we could solve. Let's hire 4 or 5 cops and just put them there.
Yeah.
This is your 50 miles.
Yeah.
You get these 50 miles.
Yeah.
These are for you.
Well, I'm also sure.
Couple of them at a time, just driving around.
I'm also
I feel
sure
like
that,
it's
like,
a solvable problem.
yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's what they do. Like, that's gotta be heavily patrolled, right? Because
Yeah, but imagine you're the defense lawyer.
right,
Imagine. And you know somebody murdered like a bunch of people. And you're like, yeah, but it's nobody's jurisdiction, so...
yeah. Well, then it doesn't really matter if there's cops there.
I mean,
Because
anyway,
it's not enforceable.
it's a solvable problem.
Yes. Okay.
And I feel like maybe we should try to solve it.
Well, the fact that we don't hear about a ton of murders
To
happening.
cover up.
Yeah. The fact that we don't hear about a ton of murders happening there, like, they're doing something about it, I guess.
Sure.
Because otherwise,
Right.
why wouldn't everybody they're like, I really don't want to pay for this divorce,
Right.
you know?
Don't do that. That's not a solution.
That is
That's
not a
never a
solution.
solution.
That is not, please
Okay.
do not take our legal advice.
Yes. Oh, here we go. This brings us right back to the beginning. Who assassinated Robert F. Kennedy?
Robert F. Kennedy.
Robert F. Kennedy.
Ooh. Wasn't it? I don't know. I know who killed John F. Kennedy.
Okay. So options: Lee Harvey Oswald.
Nope.
That was his brother.
Yes.
Charles Manson.
Nope.
Sirhan Sirhan. It was Sirhan Sirhan.
It was Sirhan?
Or Malcolm X.
Did you say Malcolm X was the fourth option?
Malcolm X is the fourth option.
Wow. I mean, he was for
That's not on me.
You know, he was not about turning that other cheek, but I don't
Right.
think he would do that.
No, he did not do that. It was Sirhan Sirhan.
Okay. Yeah, I
Who
would have guessed.
recently, I think, has been in the news because he's like up for parole or something.
Really?
It's a name you remember. When you hear that name on the news, you're like,
Yes.
who would name their kid Sirhan Sirhan?
Wow.
I also think I heard a story the other day where someone's name was Brad Bradley, and I was like, oh, friends. Like a real person.
Yeah.
Like it was a story about a real person named Brad Bradley. And I was like, that's the best we could do? Like, I get if it's a family name.
Yeah.
Maybe we pick another family name.
Yeah. Maybe his name was Braden and they shortened it to Brad?
Is Brad a short version of Braden? No. Brad is a short version
Look,
of Bradley.
I am trying to find a reason why they would do that.
Sometimes there are no reasons, Dash. I
Yeah.
think we've covered that in this episode.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, little ghosties, we're almost at our destination here in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And that was a dark episode. So
Yeah. That episode was a lot darker than I thought it was going to be.
go outside, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, live your life, but
Why weren't
I
there
don't
more
know, go
questions
outside.
about robberies?
I love robberies. Robberies
I'm
are
saying.
like I want more art heist questions.
Yes.
I don't know a lot about art heist, but man, I'm here for a good art heist.
I'm saying.
So good. Did you hear the story about the French guy? There's a French guy who, this is sort of in like Cowboy Bob territory. If you don't know what Cowboy Bob is, Google Texas Monthly Cowboy Bob. It's my favorite. But there was this French guy who just loved stealing art. Like that was his passion in life. Like, I love my girlfriend. I love stealing art. And he would just go and steal it. And part of it was like, can I actually steal it? And he would literally just like walk in and like take it.
Yeah.
In some cases.
Yeah, I have heard
And then
this
he just
story.
like kept it in an attic in his house. He just like kept it in his room.
Yes.
And he's like, I just like to be around it.
Yep. Because it was more of like, can I do it? And he would just walk
And
into
then,
places.
right. And he's like, I didn't steal the thing that was the most expensive. I just waited until I saw something I liked and then I stole it and I put it in my room and now I have it. And I just like to look at it. And I'm like, well, it's important to know what you're on this earth for, I guess.
Yeah.
And this guy found it and I can't be mad at that.
No. I mean,
If all of us knew our purpose that clearly.
listen, sometimes some people need a passion in life, and that was his.
That's sure. Yeah.
Anyway,
We hope you find your passion in life, little ghosties.
yeah. Find your passion and really commit it.
Yeah. We rated this. It's the same rating as the other Kirkland game that we had.
Yeah.
It's an Altoids box.
It's an Altoids box. Yeah, but nicer because it's got
and
that
the nice
matte
thing
coating.
is these are $5. You can throw them in your purse. There's a bunch of different categories. I think I saw like bird,
and
trivia.
With the metal case, it's not as fragile as a game with a cardboard case. Like it won't get crushed or whatever. In your pocket or purse.
So it can go on a couple different trips and not be destroyed.
Yeah, exactly.
So we love that.
Yeah. So until next time, you'll see us. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Now we'd love to hear from you.
You can visit playdatepod.us to watch our videos,
Access our episode library,
find out more about our brand of quality, clean comedy,
and contact us with any questions or comments.
Improvisers love audience suggestions, so make sure you visit playdatepod.us.
And the podcast you just heard was a production of Society Circus Players.
If you like what you heard today, please rate, review, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
And finally, if life's a circus, we're the clowns!
Wow, we really are almost there.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop at this 7-Eleven to get gas now, so we don't have to do it.
Think they have sugar-free Slurpees?
Oh, they might.
Yes.